distinguished panel of judges, including Hall of Famers Nate Tiny Archibald, David Thompson, Julius Erving, and our TNT colleagues Danny Ainge, Kenny Smith. All right, here's Baron Davis, who has emerged as the favorite out of UCLA. Remember the Charlotte Hornets, who has really come on in this his second season. All right, Baron Davis up first.
Well, that's not too simple. It was a perfect pass, but he just jumped so high anywhere around the rim. That's a dunk.
Yeah, the reason I gave him a higher score, I would have gave him an 8, but the height at which he threw the alley-oop to himself made it a little more difficult.
And it was a perfect on the first try.
Perfect on the first try. Yeah, no baseball three-strike stuff. None of that.
Well, an impressive number for Baron Davis. Gets 9 across the board for a 45 total.
Yeah, so we'll see what he can do now.
All right, that's Jonathan Bender with the windmill attempt.
That one won't count if he has 2 good dunks. He better bring out his best one next time, though, Kenny.
He's got to bring it all, because right now, no one's really showing the enthusiasm and getting the crowd involved right now. We need somebody to get this crowd on his feet. There it is. This might be it. This might be it. This might be it.
You know, one thing I'm noticing on Corey Maggette right there, looks like he has a tearaway jersey right there. Have you noticed that? There's holes in the side like Velcro.
I think I know where that comes from. I think I know where the ball is going to be hitting in there. He's going to have to pull it out sometime.
I think he's going to go up, dunk, tear the jersey off at the same time.
All right, Corey Maggette, a little flip. Oh, and he puts it down with help from teammate Quentin Richardson.
Hey, I'm going with you, baby. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
I've got to talk to Alvin Gentry about Clipper practices. I mean, how much time do you have to work on somersaults in practice?
That's impressive right there, though, Ken. I don't know many NBA players that can do that.
No,
but the dunk was only an 8. The flip was a 10.
The flip was a 10.
That's why I'm giving him a 9.
I remember Michael Finley tried to do a cartwheel dunk one time. Hands on, he did a halfway cartwheel. That was a real gymnastic flip right there.
He's like, he should be in one of those, the Bud Light dunkers.
And you know what? The thing about it, after you come down out of that flip, the energy to go back up, that's where you get the 10 at.
Oh, come on, Kenny. You could the dunk was an 8.
Danny was expecting something from you. Also mentioned, looked like you had a tearaway jersey on. Is that something you have planned for later?
Yeah, I got that planned for later. So, you know, I'm going to hold that up and show you the next dunk I'm going to do.
How about a backflip?
Oh, I ain't going to do that one yet. I might bring it out if I get in the second round.
All right, thanks a lot. Back tomorrow.
Well, the judges liked it, as you saw. All right, here's Desmond Mason of the Seattle Supersonics, rookie from Oklahoma State, first-round pick of the Sonics. Oh, Mason tried to put it between the legs.
Oh, he attacked the front of the rim.
There's another guy. No sweat.
Yeah, you got to get loose. You got to get loose to try that the first dunk without sitting on the bench.
Oh, my goodness.
That's kind of like the first pitch from Ryan Duran coming out of the bullpen years ago.
Ryan Duran.
He can make that dunk, though.
He can make it easily if he was sweating.
I agree.
The czar with a sense of history.
Well, Coach Vitello, he's had 3 slam dunk champions.
Yes, he
Larry
had.
Nance, Spud Webb,
well,
and
wait a
Dominique.
second. He had 2. He will explain why he thinks he had a 3rd.
Well, because he takes credit for Larry Nance.
Larry Nance won it before you were coach of the Cavaliers.
I still coached him. That's the idea. That it was.
All right, here's DeShawn Stevenson, the 19-year-old of the Utah Jazz, and he misfires.
Dr. J over here said it's stage fright. It's the first time, so you should keep the ball in your hands the first time, because none of these guys have been in the dunk contest before.
Well, DeShawn Stevenson won the McDonald's All-American Classic when he was in high school. I know it's
ain't no burgers here, baby.
But you got to come out. You got to just get warmed up, though. You
ain't no burgers here, man. This is the real deal.
Here is Schwartz. Oh!
Uh-oh. Better put some stickum on the hands.
I think that's a do-over. I think it's a do-over. The ball was wet. That was a wet ball.
That's a replacement dunk.
Yeah, they're saying it was not a true attempt, and now he puts it down.
That's what I'm talking about, Kenny.
Hey, you know what? I think he's going to, right now, he's the clear favorite. Even though I might not give him the greatest score, but he's going to be the favorite.
Stromile Swift, first-round pick of the Grizzlies, second selection overall in the draft, following 2 years at LSU. Not getting the playing time with Vancouver, just 21 years old.
Kenny, don't penalize Stromile because maybe I didn't give you as many minutes as you wanted back in Atlanta now, just because I picked him. Don't penalize his score.
The only reason I penalized him, I didn't give him the 10 because he didn't really put enough funk in it when he turned around. He just did the basic 360 that we've seen over years and years to come.
But his head was about 3 inches from the rim.
All right, Stromile Swift with a 45, receiving 9 across the board. Baron Davis with his second dunk attempt on this opening round.
No knee brace for Baron Davis.
Baron doesn't have to put up a great score here, Kenny, because he's in. Only 3 guys have a good score, but
That's the inexperience. If you don't need a great score, keep the ball in your hands, get to the next level.
well, Jonathan better pull out one of his better dunks right here.
Jonathan might be sitting over here with us if he doesn't come here and do something spectacular.
Jonathan Bender of the Indiana Pacers, who recently celebrated his 20th birthday out of Picayune, Mississippi.
Kenny, you think he just changed his mind? He was going to do one thing and now just decided to go to something else?
I can't understand how you can have all that time and then you change your mind when you're on the court. You should know your second dunk by now. That's the inexperience. They got to come with it.
I think he's going with the Dr. J jump from the free throw line, except he's going to go from behind with his left hand.
All right, here's Bender on the run. As you called it, Dan, puts it down with the left hand.
See exactly where he took off now on that.
Just inside the free throw line. You know, he was going to try to take off from behind it. He was going to put some tape up, but just barely. That's a pretty impressive dunk up with his left hand.
Pretty impressive. He didn't dribble the basketball. This is basketball. I'm not giving any violation. You violate you didn't double dribble. You double dribble. You walk. I'm calling it in here. I'm taking points off.
You can't change the rules.
I'm calling it. That's a double. That's a walk. That's a walking violation.
Corey Maggette of the Los Angeles Clippers, registering a 46 on his first attempt. Oh, a windmill effect by Maggette.
Playing it conservative that time, going for the sure thing, putting it down.
I'm not mad at him right now because it's the first round. He had a good score.
Hey,
keep it simple.
Man, balls is horrible. Balls is horrible, dog.
Yeah, but those are game dunks. These are dunks that we've seen these guys do in a game. In a dunk contest, there's nobody on the court but you. So you should be able to do something that we have not seen you do before.
I look at the standings, and I remind you that one overall score, a composite of the 2 top scores, with the lowest score excluded, will be awarded in round 1. Each player will attempt 3 dunks. This is the second dunk in the first round. And here's Desmond Mason of the Sonics. First round pick of Seattle, began the season in the starting lineup, but Nate McMillan shuffled that lineup. Oh, nicely done by Desmond Mason.
A little more confidence that time coming out. Got the first one behind him. Came back with a little confidence there.
Well, this isn't too impressive. Again, this is a dunk every day. He tries to cradle it, but then he changes his mind and just goes with the basic reverse dunk.
Yeah, the ball slipped out his hand. You know, good dunk, but a game dunk. I've seen it in a game. I want to see a game dunks that you have never seen in a game.
You saw Mario Lemieux come out every time. We heard John Thompson talk to you earlier. How bad are you itching to get back in the game?
Am I itching? No, I think Charles is itching more than I am. And, you know, in all honesty, you know, I left the best way I could have, you know, and, you know, in all honesty, I haven't even thought about it. You know, yeah, I get those urges, but right now, I can't say that I will, or I even consider it. Charles, he needs to lose about 800 pounds before he can even consider it.
Well, I don't think he can get up like the Sean Stevenson just did. What do you think of this dunk?
that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. I think that was very creative. I think this kid is real young, and I think he's going to continue to learn more and more about his basketball skills, but you can see he has great creativity.
There's another look at the replay. Kenny says you should do dunks that you don't do in the game. You should be more innovative.
I think you should. I think this is probably the only time that your creativity can just go wild. You know, in a game you don't really have time enough to do it. I think you got to worry about scoring the basket, but out here you just let it go. You know, whenever you think about it, just go out there and try it.
And here is Stromile Swift of Vancouver.
I think he's got a little something special for Kenny right now.
Right now, to me, he's kind of the favorite just because of the height is what he did it, and he did kind of let his body go the last time in the dunk.
Kind of an angular path taken by Stromile Swift.
I ain't get it right that time.
He just does it so easy. You know, here's a guy that's 6'9" and jumps pretty easy. Pretty basic dunk again. That's something he would do on the fast break of a game.
No, I seen him do it with the left hand a little bit better in the game, but I still think he's the favorite. That'll get him to the next round, though.
And a 45 to match the number that he picked up on his first dunk. So after 2 dunks of the first round, a look at the composition. We'll be back with the third dunk on round 1 in a moment. This is the third and final dunk of the first round. There are 2 rounds of competition. 3 of the participants will advance to the final round.
Hey, Kenny, let me ask you, would you rather do 3 straight dunks in a row or have all this time in between each one of your dunks?
I'd rather have time to sit around and think about it. I don't know what David Wesley's doing with a camcorder. This is great. And he made a great pass. This one is starting to heat up right now.
I got to see the replay again. I wasn't even ready to watch it.
Well, this is a teammate and a prop at the same time. Do you get extra credit for the camera?
That's for the home viewing. I think he's going to have just watching the home view. But he makes the perfect pass. I gave David Wesley at 10, too.
Very creative work by the combination of Baron Davis, David Wesley. Picks up a 49. Only Danny Ainge.
What's up with Danny Ainge?
You know, it was creative with the thing, but it wasn't that hard of a dunk.
No, you over here drinking Haterade, man. Get out of here. That was a good dunk.
It was a good dunk.
Give him artistic credit, Danny.
Yeah, just like you did last time.
I would use Travis Best to be my passer. I don't know about this guy Harrington being a passer. He's a scorer, rebounder. Pass a little bit too low.
Yeah.
That's what made it hard, Kenny, is that he threw it down low. It's like a bad pass, Joe. You got to catch it low and get it up quick. That's just what he did.
Right, but he didn't give him time to get the illusion going that he's doing more with the basketball than he actually is, like moving it around. He just had to catch it real quick and dunk it because he threw him a bad pass like a forward.
But that's much harder than throwing the ball up over the top of the rim and letting him catch it and dunk it.
Get Travis Best out there, he would have got a 10 from me.
44 for Jonathan Bender. This is the third and final dunk on the first round.
Open the second round up.
And now Corey Maggette. Mixed reaction from the crowd.
Because we thought it was a real game. We didn't think this was a dunk contest. I thought that's a real game. Just regular, go to the basket, put it in as hard as you can with authority.
I'm not sure he knew what he wanted to do as he was on his way, and he got there and all of a sudden just kind of played it safe.
Yeah, but you can't play it safe right now. I think you're right. I don't know what he's waiting for. He better hope to get into the finals and someone else collapses here at the end.
And after 3 dunks, see the scores for Davis, Bender, and Maggette.
See, Maggette's eliminated because Swift has 90 already, and Swift doesn't even need to do the last dunk unless Stevenson or Mason come up with something big here.
Lean over and just squat something right there.
He's not going to jump over him, is he?
Well, if I was Rashard Lewis, we talk about
Rod.
We talk about inexperience. We talk about naiveness. I would not let him jump over me if I was Rashard Lewis.
Desmond Mason positioning his Seattle teammate, Rashard Lewis.
He needs a 48.
Uh-oh.
He might go on his back and then do it. How about that? Can you run up his back, jump off his back, and dunk it?
You can.
You can for a 6.
You want to put the team's best player out for the rest of the year.
Oh, Mason got a piece of Lewis.
They're going to give it to him again because that wasn't an attempted dunk.
Little kick in the back.
It's a slip, but in a game, if that slips, the other team gets the ball. That's a dunk for me.
Oh, Desmond Mason once again making contact with teammate Rashard Lewis. Took a couple of hits.
Rashard Lewis hugging him and thanking him for not landing on him.
I got to give him a 9. I've seen somebody do it in a game over someone 7'3" standing. End of story.
But Kenny, that was international play.
But that's still better than Baron Davis's dunk, and you gave him a 10.
There's some people you can never satisfy.
Deshaun's got to bring out his real thing here. They call this dunk right here. Russell and Deshaun have been practicing this, and they call it the off the heezy for sheezy. What do you think?
Please, get out of here. I don't believe it till I see it.
All right, Deshaun Stevenson needs a 45 to advance to the final round. He has his teammate, Brian Russell, with him. Only Kenny Smith holding out, providing a 9.
Well, he said he needed 45, and he went out there and got a 49.
You know, I like the dunk. I really did, but it was. I'm going to save it. I need something to see something else for the next round.
He had a name for it, too. Off the heezy for sheezy.
It was off the heezy for sheezy, but it didn't really get me to the 10 level. It looks like Damon's going to do some passing. Why wouldn't you bring Mike Bibby? I don't understand it. He's the best three-point shooter on your team, but not the best passer.
Big Country's the best passer. I'd like to see him jump over Big Country.
Oh, swept way off on that.
That was a perfect pass, though. I'll give it to Damon.
That would have been impressive. I think he would have had enough.
That would have been a 10.
Yeah. I think that was a slip. Don't you think they should do it over?
And the finalists, Desmond Mason, rookie from Oklahoma State. Seattle Supersonics, Deshaun Stevenson of the Utah Jazz, the 19-year-old first-round draft pick. And Baron Davis, second-year man from UCLA, member of the Charlotte Hornets. And in this final round, each player will attempt 2 dunks, either solo or with a teammate assisting. The combined score of the 2 dunks will determine the champion. Here is Desmond Mason.
Ooh. That's like the old Michael Jordan, a little bit different angle, but with the left hand again instead of the right. I haven't seen anybody copy yours yet. Between the legs.
You know,
I think
Baron Davis said he was going to do it. He told me he was going to do it. We're going to see. He can get a 10 for me for that one.
NBA official Tim Donahue handing the ball to Baron Davis.
Go, go!
Stephon Marbury of the New Jersey Nets rooting on Baron Davis.
But he's going to try to do something different, I think. That's not good enough right there, Kenny.
No, that's a first-round dunk to kind of get your jitters going.
Any dunk that I could do doesn't count.
Lot better.
I can't do that.
That's a Dominique Wilkins dunk from a few years back.
Now I'm going to pull out my secret weapon. I'm going to the secret weapon, my bag of tricks, and I got a surprise for my last dunk. I bet you'd be surprised. What?
Said he'd go back to his high school repertoire, although he does promise the blind man's bluff later on. That was mishandled, actually, by Deshaun Stevenson on the pass.
He might have been better off missing it and using it as a chance to go back again and take another one.
Would Deshaun have been wiser to go with a replacement dunk?
I think he should if he can. After a make, I think you're not allowed to. I'm not really too sure of the rule.
And we now come down to the final dunk of this final round. And this is Desmond Mason of the Sonics.
How many of those tries do you get?
I remember last year, the word was 3.
Yeah, Larry Hughes. I think that's the Larry Hughes rule.
Yes.
That's the Larry Hughes rule.
And Mason connects on his 3rd attempt. And now, Baron Davis of the Charlotte Hornets, who had promised the blind man's bluff out of the pages of Cedric Ceballos.
I can see your hole, big guy.
Baron Davis needs a 46 to win it. Stevenson has already been eliminated.
He should have had a hole if he didn't. That is the all-time worst dunk contest.
That's
dunk.
That's
all-time worst.
That's going to be in your
that Darrell Armstrong has just moved down on my list.
And Deshaun Stevenson is just finishing it out. Not in grand style. He cannot win it. Desmond Mason has clinched it. Even a 50 would put him 1 point short of Mason. Nice finish, but it will not matter.
There's some power right there.
But it's no question that Desmond Mason of the Seattle Supersonics, the rookie from Oklahoma State.
Hey, I gave you a low score, but I didn't give you lower than what they got. No question about it. Congratulations.
If you could have pulled off between the legs, you would have got good scores.
I kept hitting my pants.
He would have had a nickname for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, Desmond Mason, the most consistent dunker. You win the championship. Tell us what you tried to accomplish here.
The main thing was just to come out and just have a lot of fun. You know, we had a bunch of young guys in the dunk contest this year, and you know, just kind of getting their face out there and have the opportunity to come to All-Star Weekend, which has been a dream of mine for a long time. But you know, just come out and have fun. If you win, you win. If you lose, you know, have fun doing it.
Did you look at some of the past dunkers, like the great champions, like Michael Jordan, Dr. J, Dominique Wilkins, Vince Carter, and try to learn something?
I mean, you can try to, but you know, all those dunks, they you know, they did those early, and it's, you know, it's becoming, you got to come up, be more creative right now, and you know, that's what I tried to do today, and I think all the guys tried to do. If you can see that, be a little more creative, be unique about your dunks, and you know, it's kind of hard with all the dunks that's been taken away from us these days.